Alright everybody, this is Megan down here in downtown Seattle. We've got a very nice view of Mom and Ben and the multitude of traffic. I am narrating today because Mom is unfortunately without a voice right now. She picked up some sort of sickness on the cruise and we're just hoping for the best. But yeah, she does not have a voice right now. Our hotel is right there. And these past couple days we've been walking like everywhere on this tiny block because if you see right there, the Space Needle is there right across the street. And we've got this nice map. We've got, so we're right there in that little circle where Mom's pointing.
No,
that's our
that's
our hotel. Like our hotel's right here. And the Space Needle's right there. And then the Museum of Pop Culture is right there. And then like Chihuly Garden and Glass is also right there. So is the Seattle Center Armory. Everything is very, very central to our hotel. We picked a very great hotel spot and everything we're going to is within walking distance of our hotel. Today, we will be visiting I can't see, it's too bright.
Pacific Science Center.
The Pacific Science Center. Hello, it is Megan here. We're sitting in front of the the Pacific Science Museum in Seattle, Washington. I've got Mom and Ben here. We're in a little bit of a pickle because we have a membership to the Science Museum of Minnesota, and that membership gets us into other science museums all across the United States. And the world. Oh wow, okay. So we can get into other science museums all over the world. However, we cannot do this without proof of our membership, which we currently do not have, because the Science Museum of Minnesota is no longer giving out physical copies of our membership cards. So we should be able to access it digitally, but we currently do not have a digital copy either. So I just had to call the Science Museum of Minnesota to request that we be emailed or texted digital proof of our membership so that we can get into the Science Museum in Seattle. So that is a bit of a kerfuffle, and we're really hoping that the Science Museum of Minnesota gets back to us because I just had to leave a message. Here are the prices for the Pacific Science Center in Seattle. General admission, as you can see in the blue, for youth ages 3 to 17 is $19.95 per person. Adults are $27.95 per person, and seniors ages 65 plus are $25.95 per person. And then see if we have a membership. Oh, if we have a membership, it's free. Okay, so that's why we need to get proof of our membership. They also have listed the prices of the IMAX features and membership information over here. The very nice person at the entryway, we talked to them first and said, we explained our situation and said, we have a membership, but we don't have the proof of it. And then we went and tried to call the Science Museum, but then we went back to the entryway. We were gonna just pay for the tickets because we figured, we need to get in because we only have limited time. The museum closes at 5, it's about 2 o'clock right now, but the desk worker said,
I believe you and... I'll let you in because
They said they trust us, and I thought that was really nice.
And then she said it happens all the time, so...
Yeah, I was a little surprised at that it actually happens more than we think, that people are trying to get in. I wonder if the fact that they don't give out physical memberships anymore is actually a problem. and that other people are having this issue. What do I think of this place? I think this place is very geared towards younger children. There's a lot of hands-on activities. A lot of stuff is very basic information. Like I learned this stuff in astronomy class. Like we're in the space exhibit right now. It's very basic information that would be easy for little kids to understand and would be fun for them. Like I'm looking over there, there's a just for cats section. Lots of the stuff is big and just very geared towards tiny, tiny children, like these ones running around without parents.
One of these landed on Ben.
Why is it landing on you? Are you orange? Like,
I know. Don't I look like a flower? You shouldn't touch them.
Okay, so we just came out of the butterfly house, and I was wondering if the butterflies bred with each other, first of all, because I was wondering if there would be any issues finding eggs or caterpillars in the exhibit to safely bring back so they could crystallize and become butterflies and all that. But I asked one of the attendants, and she said no, none of the butterflies in their house breed. First of all, because it's not allowed in the museum's permit of the butterflies, so they get all of their chrysalises shipped to them. Like they get the butterflies shipped to them in chrysalis form. So then they just nurture the chrysalises and until they hatch into butterflies. So they never even have eggs or caterpillars here. But the way they keep the butterflies from breeding is that they have no host plants. They have none of the butterflies' host plants that they would like to lay their eggs on in the exhibit. So there's no, like they don't even want to breed because they can't lay their eggs. Yeah, so I don't know how much I enjoyed that small children are allowed in that exhibit. I saw quite a few butterflies whose wings were damaged, and that was distressing. Whereas like the new butterflies who had just hatched in the chrysalis nest obviously were not damaged. The little children were running around in there, touching and grabbing everything, trying to hold the butterflies when they were not supposed to, not watching their step. Lots of butterflies were resting on the floor, and you were supposed to be careful of them, but the little children were not being careful of them. One butterfly was resting against like a wall where there was a pond up there, and this one little boy came racing and just like smashed into the wall and the butterfly to touch the fog in the pond. And I was like, dude! But thankfully, the butterfly, I don't think it was harmed. It just like flew away, but I thought he was going to crush it to death. That was how reckless he was being. So that was really distressing, and I'm not sure that this is the best location for a butterfly house. So it was better regulated at the Science Museum of Minnesota. I've never seen such recklessness, I guess, in a butterfly house, which is quite distressing. And I can tell that the attendants are doing their best to keep butterflies safe, but I think this just is not the best place for a butterfly house.
Too many small kids.
If you have any small kids, and you bring them to a butterfly house, just in general, like just personally, like please, I implore you, watch your kids. Make sure they are careful and respectful of the butterflies because these are very delicate creatures and they are easily hurt. During an eruption, superheated clouds of ash spew into the atmosphere, while tons of mud and ice race down the mountain as a lahar.
I think this stuff is original to the World's Fair. And that this was originally something else, not the Science Center.
I don't understand what the laser
Show us?
is.
I don't either.
But there's tennis.
You can go to a Taylor
Get out of this
Swift.
one tunnel.
And also, remember how Grandpa said that the monorail looks really old?
Yep.
Read about it, and it's the same. It's original to the World's Fair.
Yep.
So it's been there for
80 years.
40, 61 years. Ben is inside that thing, making it go around. I don't know where Megan went. And I don't know where all these people are running to. They all seem to be in a big hurry. I don't know what for. We're very early for our IMAX, which is in there. This is the laser dome, and that's where all the people were hurrying to. And it's cold. It's kind of, the weather here is very pleasant actually. It's like 60s and sunny and very breezy. At home it's apparently really, really hot and like everybody's getting sick from the heat. So this is nice. We're going to see an IMAX film in there on the Arctic. Okay, 3 little tidbits. This building right here, this news station, was used as the exterior for the hospital in Grey's Anatomy. I don't watch that show, but if you do, you probably recognize it. Let's go around. This guy back here that's playing the violin, the electric violin, he was apparently on America's Got Talent. The movie we went to, the film we went to, was almost an hour. And it was really good. It was all about protecting the Arctic refuge. And when we came out, we heard Elvis. And it was really him. He's alive. It was an Elvis impersonator, but he had one of the costumes that I think we saw at Graceland.
He's gonna look 80.
Yeah.
Would he be 80?
I think he'd be like, yeah, I guess he was like Grandpa's age, wasn't he? Yeah. But anyway, there's lots of activity going on here. It's Sunday, but we're not doing anything else today. We're just going back to the hotel.